As Black women, we are born with very, very beautiful, coily, curly, kinky hair. And that is a part of our own identity and a part of who we are. But sometimes it's a little bit rough. And as 4C, 4B girls, we know all too well the struggles of taking care of those naps. So persons like me and a lot of others, we opt on to do our relaxers. It's not that we don't love our hair, and it's not that we are trying to be someone that we are not, but sometimes life throws you lemons, you make lemonade. When we go through hair tantrums, sometimes we just decide, like, it's time for a relaxer. And I strongly believe that there's nothing wrong with persons having their freedom of choice to do whatever they want with their hair. With that being said, if you are natural and you have stumbled across this video and you're thinking about transitioning to relaxed, or if you are relaxed and you still want to be educated all about your relaxed hair, and you want to be educated about relaxing on a whole and get more information regarding that, this is the video for you. Your girl got you. Wagwan, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Sashel. Thank you for opening Sashel's journal. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. If you are new to the channel, join the family. We have an awesome family here, guys. Today I have an awesome video for you guys, because I just sat and I thought, what is the ideal video to give to my family today? So I sat and I thought about things that persons might be interested to know when they're about to relax their hair, or if they're already relaxed, things that might be interesting to them to know. And then I just decided to do it in this video, guys. I'm gonna answer all your relaxer questions. So if you are choosing to move on to relax, well, welcome sister to the relaxed hair crew. All jokes aside, I am going to give you all that information that you need to ease you into getting that relaxer and for you to feel more comfortable and more knowledgeable about what you are getting into. So let's get into the video. Before I go into the video, guys, let me know what you think about my hair. This is the results after my dry roller set, and I will have a video of this coming soon, guys, so look out for that. You don't want to miss how you get this bounce, girl. You don't want to miss this. Let's get question is, how does relaxers really work? In order for me to answer this question, I have to kind of break down the hair and the structure of the hair and all of that. Hair is made up of different layers. Within the hair shaft, you have the cortex, which is the inner part and the inner layer of the hair. That is made up of small, tightly knit together fibers that are called fibrils. So basically, the cortex of the hair is always like tightly packed together, giving the hair the structure, whether it is curly, coily, kinky. So when you apply the relaxer, the chemicals in the relaxer breaks down that protein bond in the hair, basically relaxing the layers of the cortex. Where first they were tightly knit together like this, now they have relaxed. So what was once curly, coily, tightly knit coils are now looser, straighter hair. So that is what the relaxer does, relaxes the cortex, allowing it to expand, hence getting straighter hair. Will my hair get longer when I relax? And the honest answer to that is yes. Because naturally, scientifically, if your hair is curly, once stretched, it is going to be longer. Just like how if you have naturally curly hair and then you apply the cream, even if it is an inch more in length, it has to be longer. No, this is a short-term immediate effect of the relaxer. But when you decide that you are going to do relaxers or you're going to go into relaxing your hair, you have to make that lifetime commitment that I'm going to take care of my hair, because basically relaxed hair requires more maintenance in order to see the growth and to retain the length. So even though we are running away from the maintenance of our natural hair in terms of grooming it and all of that, it takes less to take care of our natural hair than it takes to take care of our relaxed hair, primarily because now you have applied chemicals that had broken down the proteins in your hair, making the hair a little less resistant to breakage. In order to retain the length and having the hair continuously growing, you have to commit to yourself, commit to a regimen. If you want to follow my regimen, I will have it here. Commit to the regimen that works, dedicate to it, and that is how you are going to see the results. If not, I must tell you, relaxed hair is the easiest to become damaged and brittle. So you might have really long, beautiful relaxed hair. A simple slip up like this will basically break your hair and you're starting all over again. So if you're not ready to marry your hair and commit to it, just don't relax your hair. Will relaxers damage my hair? Point blank period, no. Relaxers, I hate to hear persons blaming relaxers for damage. Like, relaxers do not damage your hair. Just like in anything in life, there are procedures, pre-procedures, post-procedures, follow-up procedures that you go to ensure that you get the maximum benefit out of anything in life. Same with your relaxed hair. Relaxing your hair alone will not damage it. The main argument that anti-relaxer persons or most natural persons have to say is like, it breaks down the protein in your hair, it damages your hair. That is what they are holding on to say, do not relax your hair. But the truth of the matter is, your hair has protein, which is the building blocks of the hair. Relaxers break down some of that protein. There are products that you can use that you can replenish that protein. See my post relaxer wash day that will help with that. You won't get back the protein that is already lost, but with the protein that is left and you ensuring that you replenish the protein, basically when you do your protein treatment, it basically strengthens the hair at the stage that it is, so that it is not brittle and so that it does not break. Taking real good care of your hair, following your regime, and your hair is good to go. Harming your hair does not equate to damaged hair, and relaxed hair is not damaged hair. That is a myth, and that is something that I want persons to get out of their mind, and I don't know why they have that mentality. But let us move on. I got too deep in this one. Will my hair go back to natural after I have relaxed? And as silly as this particular question is, I was at a point that I thought this as well. And all of us at some point thought that once we get a perm, then our hair goes back to natural after a couple of weeks or so, because then we start to see the texture in our hair. That is a myth. Relaxers are permanent, which means that when you choose to relax, the only way you get rid of your relaxed hair is if you cut your hair or if it breaks. Once your hair is relaxed, it is a permanent thing. What you are seeing and you're assuming that your hair has gone back to natural is the fact that you have new growth. So when you relax your hair, and you, especially if you stretch, you will have a lot of new growth coming in. So I myself will stretch up to like 3 months, and at that point I will have like about 2.5 to 3 inches of hair coming out of my head. That is the natural part. So the roots will be curly and it will be a more coarser texture than your relaxed hair. The only part of your hair that is not relaxed is the new growth, and that is why we do touch-ups and we only penetrate the new growth, because that is the only thing that needs to be permed. If you go ahead and you overlap on your relaxers and you go over the relaxed part, you are at risk of completely damaging your hair and having massive breakage. Is relaxing my hair bone straight a good thing? I won't say relaxing your hair bone straight or leaving a little texture is a good or bad thing. I think that personally is on preference. Let me just kind of explain this. When your hair is bone straight, that means that you keep on the chemical longer so that it is like silky straight. That means that more of the protein bonds in your hair will be broken down, making it more prone to damage, versus if you leave a little texture, so not a lot of protein is broken down in your hair, making it more resistant to breakage. So it's a matter of preference, but then you have to know that if you go bone straight, then it takes a little more maintenance and you have to take a little more care of your hair to ensure that it does not break. My hair is very coarse. Do I go for a super relaxer or do I go for a regular relaxer? No matter the coarseness of texture, I don't see where our hair needs super strength relaxers. By super, it means that it has more strength in the chemicals in that is stronger, breaking down more proteins in your hair, plus also processing faster. And you know all too well the struggles of getting your hair processed too fast, and sometimes you're not even done applying the relaxer and you have scalp burns and chemical burns, which are the most painful thing. So regular relaxers are fine. Will the relaxer burn my scalp? I wish I could say No. Can't say yes or no because I know some persons definitely don't get scalp burns. There are times when I don't get scalp burns, but that is determined strength of the relaxer, the type of relaxer, how long you take to apply the relaxer, and what you have done prior to relaxing. The things that increases your chance of getting chemical burns is that if you manipulate your hair too much before your relaxer, if you're using like a super or a light relaxer, if you take too long to apply the relaxer, these are the things that will increase the likelihood of getting scalp burns. But what you can do, the most I can tell you to do are go for lower strength relaxers and also go for like no light relaxers, which take a long time to process. But I'm gonna go into that. I'm going to do that, going to those live versus no live relaxers in a separate video. As for me, I can't think of when I really got burnt like things coming out of my hair, my scalp destroyed. I can't think of that time. I've seen persons go through that, and I guess those are persons with sensitive scalp, or probably is like mismanagement of the hair and all of that. But I can tell you that I will get tingles. Like every relaxer day, I have to get tingles somewhere. It does not lead to like a chemical burn, but I will get a little tingle in my hair, like I need to wash this out like right now. So it is not a guarantee that it will burn your scalp once it's applied properly. How do I prevent scalp burns, and then how do I deal with them? Basically, when you get burned from the scalp, it is more than likely from over processing, or you have applied it directly to your skin, which you know you don't apply relaxers directly to your scalp. So sometimes, you know, because we're using the chemicals on our hair, eventually it will touch our scalp, so we might get a little bit of burning or all of that. So the preventative measure in order to try to prevent your hair from burning or getting those very uncomfortable tingles is to basically baste your hair with petroleum jelly. And what that does, it creates a barrier between your scalp and your hair, and even if the cream goes on it, it takes a while before it goes into the hair follicles and causes that discomfort or the burning. If I do get a burn where it is uncomfortable and I can feel like a soreness on my head, I leave it alone. I apply my Jamaican black castor oil to it to soothe the area, but that is what I do. I have not really gotten badly burned to say like you can do this, but I know that aloe vera is good for the hair, and aloe vera is like have a cooling and a healing effect. So if I was to recommend someone based on the science that I know behind aloe vera, I would say apply aloe vera to the area and apply a nice oil that will help. And Jamaican black castor oil also has healing properties too, so, and it's good for the scalp. So those would be my recommendations based on the science behind. Is vinegar safe to use in the hair? And I know this question is coming from the fact that in my relaxer video, I had mentioned that even when I use my neutralizing shampoo, I go ahead and I use my vinegar. So that is something that I grew up seeing my mom do, and then over time when I got older, I did my research and realized that yes, it's actually safe for the hair. The most recommended one though is the apple cider vinegar. Which, if you are a bit sketchy about me using vinegar, you can go ahead and look on YouTube. There are tons of videos talking about vinegar washing the hair and how it helps restore the hair. It can help also to purify and all of that. Relaxers are highly alkaline and vinegar is highly acidic. So basically, if you know anything about chemistry and all of that, basically when those two react, they will create a little balancing out effect. So the vinegar's intent is to neutralize this. Even when I neutralize with a shampoo, I still go in and I use my vinegar because I feel I get the most benefit from that, and it feels like it takes out the chemical out of my hair. What type of relaxer do I use? And guys, since I started this channel, I've gotten this question so much, and to be honest, I haven't really put in thought into my relaxers like that. I'm very minimalistic with my products and what I do. What I grew to know, I just keep with it once it works. So there are certain relaxers that I normally always use. I think I've probably only used 4, and they are the Just For Me Kids, the Organics, the ORS Organics olive oil one. Then I have the Cream of Nature and Motions, and they have never done anything to my hair. So when I started using those, no research was done into it. I just knew of those relaxers that I had access to, and they worked. but primarily I realized that I use lie relaxers. So we have no lie relaxers and lie relaxers, which I'm going to go in and explain in another video. So guys, you want to stay tuned and follow through with the series, which I will link in a playlist. So guys, couldn't think of any other questions, but I know that when you watch this you might have a few other questions, so comment down below and let me know the other questions that you have regarding a relaxer, and I will hop on and I will let you know all the details about that. But guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you do, don't forget to smash that like button. If you have not been a part of the family, subscribe right here, turn the red button gray, hit that notification so you are the first one to know when I have uploaded. And guys, if this information was helpful to you, more than likely it will be helpful to someone else, so share me out guys, share this information and the knowledge. Thank you for continuously making it Sasha's journal, and I'll see you next time. Look out for the video. Ta-da!